Hi, this is Dylan. Welcome to my daily trading analysis video. Today is Monday, 6th of July. Alright, we're going to start off with the euro against the US dollar. So yesterday itself, we have the Greece referendum to vote for the yes or the no to austerity, and the result was no, and therefore it poses a high chance that the Greece may leave the eurozone, causing a drop in the demand for the euro, and therefore as a result, euro fell and gapped down this morning itself. Alright, so right now we are seeing the price is pulling back and has already covered the gap, and in the long term time frame itself, I'm actually looking at euro to depreciate further from here. So right now I'm waiting for a short opportunity. So in the 1-hourly chart, right now we are seeing the price is being resisted at the 55 moving average, with the 20 moving average cutting below it. Right, in the 4-hourly chart, it is being resisted at the 20 moving average, which I'm actually waiting for price to appreciate a little bit further or retrace a little bit further back to the 55 moving average for the short opportunity instead. And if not, we'll be zooming the smaller time frame, the 15-minute chart, to see if there's any chart patterns that allows me to go for the shorts. Alright, so as of now, I'm not going to do anything. Just waiting to see if price can actually appreciate it at least. Well, it is somewhere back to 1.1088 for the better, much better entry price instead. And of course, I'll be waiting for a chart pattern for a long opportunity. Alright, so that's for the euro against US dollar, and next we have the New Zealand dollar against the US dollar. So in the 4-hourly chart, we can see that price was a little change at the support level, or rather the final exhaustion level, the price of 0.6665, Fibo expansion 161.8%. And it came back a little bit down and got supported again once more and rebounded off. So at the same time, we are seeing the price is slowly lifted off from the bottom of the falling trend channel, therefore expecting a significant retracement right here. Therefore, I'm actually looking for a long opportunity right here. So in the smaller time frame, back to 15-minute charts, we have seen the price has kind of successfully rebounded off from the key support level. So somewhere right here, I'll be looking for a long opportunity instead. Alright, and for example, if I were to long right here at first level, to take profit would be at the price of 0.6728 or 29, which is the resistance level right here. Alright, or rather you can wait for price to break above the 55 moving average to go for a long as well. For my case, I'll be waiting for a slight retracement again, somewhere back to this area at the price of 0.6683 to go for a long instead. Alright, so expecting price to slowly retrace, but more of a sideways movement till it touches the top of the falling trend channel again. That would be the ideal scenario. Alright, so that's pretty much for the New Zealand dollar against US dollar. Next, we have the pound against the US dollar. Right now, price is being seen supported at the rising trend line, but at the same time, it has also slightly broke below the 200 moving average, which is kind of a norm for this pair itself. So I'm over here, I'm actually looking for a long opportunity. In fact, this might be a good time to go for a long in the 1-hourly charts. If price were to be successfully supported at the rising trend line, that would be a good chance to go for a long. Right, or rather we can look at the 15-minute chart. Alright, the chart pattern right here, actually for myself it favors a long opportunity, but however if it cuts below, then that would be a different scenario. Or rather you can actually wait for price to fall all the way, you know, somewhere at the price of 1.5534. If it pulls back, that could be a very good signal to go for a long opportunity as well. So definitely looking for a much greater long profit on the upside. And if you look at the 1-hourly chart again, this formation itself, I'm actually looking for a inverse head and shoulder, and therefore I'm biased long at this moment itself. Alright, so this is pretty much for the pound against US dollar. Next we have the Aussie against the US dollar. Back to the 4-hourly charts, price has broken below the previous low, or rather 3-month low, and therefore signals the price may fall even further. So I'm going to pause here for a while to plot the Fibo expansion. Right, so as I plotted the Fubo expansion based on the weekly charts, we are seeing the price is being supported and exhausted at the price of 0.7464, which is also the final exhaustion level. Fubo expansion 161.8%, and therefore we are expecting significant retracement right here before we look for the short opportunity again. So in the 1 hourly chart, I will only look for short opportunity as it touches the 55 moving average. But of course, in the long term wise, I'm definitely looking to short since it has also just broken below the 3-month low. Definitely expecting price to go even lower, especially we're talking about against the US dollar. Alright, so somewhere the price of 0.7567, I'll come back to look for it again. So right here I can just set alerts in case I missed it. Yep, that's pretty much for the Aussie against the US dollar. And next we have the dollar against the Japanese yen. Alright, so this one itself, price has also gapped down as the Japanese yen appreciated amid safe haven assets due to the Greece issue right there, and but price has already appreciated and covered the gap all the way. And since we're talking about dollar against the Japanese yen, we are also definitely looking at long opportunity. So right here, looking at the 15-minute chart, we have missed a very good long opportunity right here. Alright, if you look at the whole chart pattern itself, so right here we might just want to wait for price to retrace again closer back to this to the price of 122.18 to look for a long opportunity instead. Alright, expecting price to appreciate all the way back to the falling trend line, and actually I'm expecting price to break above the falling trend line instead and all the way back to the key resistance level right here at price of 124.21. So that's pretty much for the dollar against Japanese yen. Last but not least, I would like to touch on the dollar against Swiss franc. As we can see, the price has gapped upwards, came down, and it has covered the gap, and it continues to rebound off. Expecting price to appreciate very soon. I'm looking for a long opportunity almost immediately. Once price reaches the price of 0.8418 would be the good price for me to go for a long opportunity, and also based on the chart pattern right here, which gave me a bias for a long as well. And of course, we are talking about dollar against the Swiss franc, expecting price to go or rather appreciate further from here. And right here we are also seeing that the retracement has just completed. So most of the and stochastic is also at oversold zone, already cutting upwards. So yep, that's for the dollar against Swiss franc. Expecting first level will be looking at 0.8499 or rather 0.9500. Back to the high over here at 0.8549540. Now actually I'm expecting price to go even further till it reaches the price of somewhere 0.9644, close to the Fubo expansion level 127.2%, the price of 0.8664. Right, so that's for the dollar against the Swiss franc, and I would like to touch on the Aussie against Japanese yen. Let's take a look at the weekly charts. Right now we are seeing the price has already touched and got supported at the bottom of the rising trend channel in the weekly chart, and of course supported at the 200 moving average as well. So therefore this would be a very, very good chance to go for a long opportunity for a very long term. We are looking at a position trade if you want to go for a long right here. Alright, so what I'm waiting for is back to the smaller time frame to look for any forms of retracement for the much better price to go to a long opportunity. Hopefully somewhere the price of 91.44, somewhere around that area I'll be looking for a long opportunity. Yep, so looking at a smaller time frame to look for chart patterns that allows me to go for a long. Alright, so that's for the Aussie against Japanese yen. Yes, and projection for the profit, I'm looking at close to 1,000 pips of profit, or at least 900 pips. Look at the long term, of course. Of course, right here we have a chart pattern, almost familiar, look a bit like an inverse head and shoulder. Not a very ideal one, but it does also signals for a long opportunity too. Alright, basically I'm kind of biased to long as well. So that's for the Aussie against the Japanese yen. Last but not least, the Aussie against the New Zealand dollar. This is a weekly chart. We can see that there is an inverse head and shoulder that might be forming. And right now, this could be a completion of the shoulder of the neckline of an inverse head and shoulder. It pulls back almost immediately as it almost touches the 200 moving average. And zooming the smaller time frames such as day 1 charts, we are seeing another head and shoulder that's forming right here. Zooming the 4-hourly charts, I'm actually waiting to go for the shorts as it reaches the price of 1.1294 at the first shoulder level. Alright, so that's for the Aussie against New Zealand dollar, expecting price to fall to somewhere close to the 200 moving average as the key support level to take profit if we are able to short as it forms a second shoulder. Alright, so that's for the Aussie against New Zealand dollar, and with that I've come to the end of today's trading analysis video. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you again.